Did you ever talk to OJ afterward, or
Never.
Never once?
No, nope. I saw him in the deposition for the civil trial, and that was it. And we're in the bathroom. And this is after I had talked 2 hours about telling the truth about him and his character, which wasn't all good stuff. And then we're in the bathroom together by ourselves. I'm taking a pee. Damn. So he walks in, and I couldn't pee because I just got we're in alone now. Here's just him and I in this bathroom at the deposition, and he just goes, "Hey, what up?" And this after I said, I was peeing, washed my hands, and I left. That was nothing to say. Nothing to say.
So what did you say that was not so good?
About his character?
Well, his character, they asked me all the questions about his mood. I told basically my testimony, and at that time now, the civil, my opinion already came out that I think he's guilty. So he knew that going in.
Jeez.
That I had
That's
an
fair.
opinion already,
Just
yeah.
being honest.
Yeah.
So did everybody.
I think so too. You know, when he asked with DNA, when he said DNA to him meant dude needs alibi. So I don't know.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, his ego and narcissism was wild.
Narcissists never think they're going to get caught.
He had a huge ego. He loved.
Yeah, of course.
You know, the people if I had a girl or anything and brought her by the place, he always tried to hit on them. Always, right in front of me.
Yeah, so when they say when narcissists are finally convicted, you know what the first reaction is?
They can't
Surprise.
believe it. Yeah, they can't believe it.
They look up like this. What the fuck?
But how about OJ when all the fans were rushing to Brentwood, rushing to the property, and they're leaving? He goes, "How did all these N-words get here?"
And then
amazing. They're like, "You're black." He's like, "I'm not black. I'm OJ." Like, whoa, this dude is
because he
off the
became that
reservation.
crossover.
Yeah,
he had no color, so people, white and black, they're like, this is a perfect spokesman.
Yes,
Everyone
loved him.
He was.
But then he gets found guilty, or he's found innocent, and obviously white people are like, dude, this guy clearly murdered Nicole. But then he started leaning towards the black side because they accepted him. Yeah.
What was his life? Do you know what his life was like after that? Before he went to jail?
He did everything wrong. He got the luckiest break of his life of being, reasonable doubt. He got out. He should have never been seen. He should have just gone and done his own thing.
Golf, do your thing.
And he didn't. He just did stuff in public. And he
was so used to
when you
being a
hang out
star.
with people that do bad things, you're going to do bad things. He hang out more criminals. That's why Vegas locked him up.
Yes.
He hung out with more people that were just bad.
Wow.
He did that. Then he had a ghostwriter, but the "If I Did It" book, like all that tasteless stuff. He did rap videos.
Yeah.
He was in the club all the time.
So
women still loved him though. He still had a ton of girls.
I figured out that in life that I have this really positive outlook. That I noticed that when you're positive and fun, crazy people start liking, they want to be part of it.
Preach.
And I did so in my height of being like world famous and everybody wanting to meet, I mean stories that would just blow you away with a sheik offered me $20 million to move to Saudi Arabia. So now I get a phone call from the publicist. I was a guy named Lee Salters. He handled like Frank Sinatra in the heyday, but Michael Jackson. And now he had me. And he said, this guy, Phil Spector, called and wants you to meet at his recording session. And I was like, Phil Spector, I love the Beatles. I love John Lennon. I was like, yeah, the Wall of Sound. I knew everything about Phil Spector. I was like, this is great. And I also knew Julian Lennon, John's son, and I hung out with him at the Marquis Hotel at the Whiskey Bar, which was everybody went.
Are you a musician?
I mean, I play a little piano and guitar, but not. I couldn't release an album. But we'll talk.
Yeah.
So I go. True story. Don't know him. I get invited to this Sunset Sound, which every album, everything top of the world are made.
Yeah.
He's doing Celine Dion's Christmas album.
Whoa.
And I don't really know Celine. I don't listen to that. That music.
Yeah.
But I go, she's world famous, and I go there, and there's an A-list of celebrities are there watching this album from, I just remember people like Danny DeVito was there, Penny Marshall. This is when their heyday. Brian Wilson, the Beach Boys. It was like 13 people. So I walk in, and that thing you feel like, why is he here? That negative, and I'm invited by him, and I could feel like people liking and people hating. So Phil Spector and Celine Dion's husband's Renee's there, and there's a big mixing board. He gets this guy, he goes, get up. Kato, Kaelin, you sit here. I love your energy.
Wow.
And I sit next to him, and he's insane. He made Celine Dion, I'm not making this up, at least 60 times do the same
Note over and over.
note over and over. And you could feel the tension of everybody. And Renee, her husband's going, Phil, it's enough. He goes, this is not enough. And he starts getting this thing where he goes crazy in the room. So I'm there now. This is going on for at least 6 hours. I'm there 6 hours, and I thought it was just going to be an hour. So I go to the bathroom to pee. I go, and then the Green Day is there, and they're just starting.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, we got to do a picture. So I'm walking around studio doing photos, and the publicist walks out and goes, Kato, get in there. He's going, he won't start until you're there.
Wow.
He won't start till you're there.
What?
And now there's more hatred for me. So I sit down, and I feel like I can't leave.
Yeah.
So I stayed there all night. After everybody left, he said, you're not leaving. We're going to go out. And
Like, dude, I
we
got to go
out.
home.
So
man.
I go out another day with him at the same session. And at that time, Matt Sorum, Guns N' Roses, and my buddy. Matt, I bring him to, he goes, he wants to meet Matt. He wants to meet Phil Spector. I go, Matt, come with me to his sound mix. And so I introduced Matt and him hit it off. And he gets rid of the drummer. He goes, Matt, you play drums on the song.
So he was a brilliant producer. You know about Phil Spector.
Yeah, you know about the shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
You ever see what he-
before.
This is way
before.
This is way
looks
before.
like?
So just so you know, B,
bugging me
when
too, right?
hey B, just so you know that room. So Brian Williams from the Beach
Boys.
Boys, you know his connection with Charles Manson. So that whole room,
Yeah,
is
whole room.
That whole
There's-
room's got
there's
some
whole-
voodoo,
This
whatever it is.
whole
Yeah, some
thing's
dark
going-
arts
so
going
now,
on.
I don't know if this guy's going to commit a murder ever. And I'm hanging out.
No, none
at
of us
certain
do.
things.
None of us
I'm
do when
at
somebody
certain
does.
events with him. He invites me to his house, and I got a buddy of mine from Milwaukee that he's like loving. I go, hey, we got invited to the Tyson fight at his house.
Jesus.
And he had these candles lit because I guess his son died when John Lennon got killed. And he's the godfather of Julian or
How
Sean.
did Phil Spector's son die?
Yeah, and he is the godfather. Him and John Lennon are best friends. So they named Phil Spector was godfather to Sean, I think. Anyways, I had a few times we had gone out. I wanted to leave, and he puts a gun on the table. I was not a witness in this trial. I was going, please don't make me a witness in this trial.
Yeah, I
it's
don't need this,
insanity.
yeah.
But I told a story where we go to Ringo Starr's house for a big party, and he won't go inside the house. True story. I've said this before. He won't go inside until the host invites you in like a vampire.
This was
This
Phil.
is Phil Spector.
He was
I'm
he
with
was
my
a
posse
little
of friends.
fucking nuts.
You think?
Crazy.
Yeah.
The wigs.
Well,
He's
he got
I
into
found it
shooting
out that
people
he
in the
was out,
face.
and then I kind of stopped the hanging out. But I went on enough to know. I was afraid for my life many times. Of
Interesting.
The hangout. Even when his limo driver took me, I always felt like, this is where I'm going to get killed.
Yeah,
I
is this
never
a
could
hit?
figure him out. Phil
He died too, right?
died in prison, I think.
Yeah.
He
Bring
got
up a picture of Phil Spector.
Yeah, of all those wigs.
He wore wigs, huh?
Yeah.
Did he wear wigs
I didn't
when you
know
knew him?
wigs. But I didn't know the first time that was a wig.
Look at him. Look at him.
Those are the wigs he
I mean,
wore.
that's clearly
That's
clearly
the one where
a
he did the
fucking-
finger in the outlet.
But he'd obviously lost his mind.
Yeah.
Like you can see it.
He was also narcissistic.
He's not all there.
Yeah, and the gene and everybody, he had the history of violence too because his wife was Ronnie Spector. You know the Eddie Money song, just like Ronnie says,
Oh,
"Be
wow.
my little baby."
Yeah.
That was his.
Take me home tonight.
Ronnie Spector was in a group called the Charnettes, or well, you can see it. But she divorced because there was violence in their marriage.
He was married to her.
Yeah,
He is a strange,
Ronnie
weird
Spector. See,
dude.
she's the name. The Ronettes.
Wow.
They had some great songs too.
What a wackadoodle.
So I kept singing. I knew Robert Blake too. You guys want me to go on? It's like all these people.
Boy, there's a common denominator, my
yeah,
man.
don't hang out with Kato. You guys
Yeah,
are
Brian's
get killed
gonna
tonight.
murder
Who
somebody
else?
when
Yes,
we
be
leave here.
careful tonight, everybody, please.
right.
I said, why didn't they just call me for CSI? Have
Yeah.
a cardboard cutout of every crime scene of Kato.
God
Fucking
damn.
It's like
Well,
so
wait, who else?
bizarre.
So Ron
I just
Spector,
knew
who
him
else?
from the Playboy
Who?
Mansion.
Who else?
Robert Blake.
Oh, my
Just-
God.
I just knew him.
He was in my acting class.
There.
And
see?
but I only was in there one time when he was there, and he came back and thanked everybody.
You guys know some murderers,
for
huh?
supporting him.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know
during the trial.
one.
Yeah, I think in life you've walked by people that have been murderers.
100%,
I
yeah.
always think
Yeah.
that thought of. Do you think you ever go into like a store?
Yeah.
Like you go, and you walk by someone's probably killed someone. I think
Yeah,
the
he
odds
was-
in LA are
odds are-
pretty
yeah.
high.
He was not a good guy, obviously.
Well, what did you say the other day, Brian? You were like, any hotel room you go into, just know.
Someone committed suicide or died in
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
That's
I mean-
fine.
Yeah.
That's we all
All good
this way.
as long as the sheets are clean.
As my buddy who spent a lot of time in war zones said, these people don't understand how lucky they are that we have rule of law. And he said, within a 2-block radius, there are people that you know that are your neighbors that would kill your children if it was.
Oh, in other countries for sure.
That's what it is. In life, there are the bad person who does terrible things is probably 3 doors down from you sometimes. It's not that rare when everything breaks down. The thing about war. Well, the thing about war is the real sociopaths not only come out of the woodwork.
They take advantage of it.
They're like, this is my chance to kill people.
Yeah,
it's go time.
And get away with it.
That's why they all go. So you hear about ISIS doing terrible things. Yeah, it's the people that come from all over the world to go, I get to kill people.
Correct.
And that's what they do.
And now we have a mission. There's like-minded others. Yeah.
Jack Reacher, the original Tom Cruise. The guy didn't get to shoot anybody. He's been training his whole life, so he wanted to go. He goes, I got to kill someone.
Yeah.
That's what I trained for.
Yeah. That's
wow.
weird,
But let's have more love in this world, please.
More love.
How nice of a guy is Kato?
Yeah,
then?
Best.
If
the 3 of us were cops, no one would get arrested.
Second
You'd
chances,
be hopeless. I'd be hopeless. He'd be hopeless.
Or it'd be easy because we just be like, hey, Kato, who you hanging out with? Because he hangs out with murderers.
Yeah, Kato, we're going to interview someone. Yeah, I'm
very
sure he's a
true.
killer. Arrest that guy.